So when are you the most happiest?
Oh man, in the moment.
In the moment.
In the moment. Can I tell you some of my
In the
most
moment.
joyful moments? I mean, being an aunt, oh my God, that's like a love I've never experienced. Being a dog mom, I know, again, it depends on your dog people, but
He gets it. He's a dog
windows
guy.
down, Bruce Springsteen or Stevie Nicks playing, arm out the window, pretending you're dancing as you're driving. Like, seeing your niece, like, laugh or your nephew take his first, like, crawl. Like, you know, it's like Penelope my dog, rolling in the grass and, like, running up to me. Like, being able to show up for my dad when I was going through a divorce
Yeah.
to every chemo session. And you know what he would say? #thriving with chemo in his arm. We'd be like, Dad, we're doing so great. Like, our
Wow.
worlds are falling apart, and here we go. Like, that to me, being intentional, slowing down has been
Living in the moment.
and I know it's so cliche.
Yeah.
And I was so resistant. I was not doing it. Like,
People live in the moment. The
In the
moment is now. You're not
Moment is
promised
now.
that's
tomorrow.
all you get.
Yeah.
It's true. You're
We
right.
are narcissistic to think, I'm going to wake up tomorrow and this is what I got to do.
Koel
Yep.
said it earlier. You're living for the weekend. You're
Yeah.
just you're grinding through the day to try to
Exactly.
find happiness in
Now.
that
Yeah,
weekend
exactly.
in whatever you.
And that's all you got.
Yeah,
Oh.
like
That's
I'm gonna
the-
see my friends. I'm gonna get drunk.
Yeah.
I'm gonna party,
Yeah.
and then realize like after that you feel
That
shitty.
was
and
years.
It's Monday
dude.
morning.
That was
Yeah.
years of like just
We all get caught. in it.
drowning.
Yeah.
Some of the worst years of my life. Like outside of the trauma. This is the crazy part.
Yeah.
I was past the trauma and just put myself back into
Because you want to find
that.
happiness.
Yeah, because I couldn't find happiness.
'Cause you couldn't have-
But I could
but
find
it-
it for that one day.
Yeah.
What I thought was
What
happiness.
you thought was happiness.
But you were there. We were all having fun. We were all dwelling in our happiness.
Yeah, and like at that point, like, you know, it's like you're young too. Like,
Yeah.
we were young.
Nothing
not even
mattered.
drinking age,
Nothing
like,
mattered.
being gentle with ourselves around that, and like I totally understand, like, you know, the drinking, and it's like because any behavior, whether it's like I don't know, drinking, eating, hypersexuality, like insert X, overexercise, right?
Yeah.
It's all because you do not want to sit with yourself.
For sure.
Mm.
Period.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
That's it.
I spent a lot of time by myself too. It's kind of like
Some people are uncomfortable with themselves when they're by themselves.
yeah.
Oh,
I didn't
man.
start out that way. Thank God. Again, I was just a different mode for me. Like I've always been okay being
I would love to know
alone.
what that's like. I mean, I feel like I would love to know that. I feel like from a very deep, a young age, like I felt so deeply, like I'm talking the 6th grade. Like it was uncomfortable to be in my skin. I was always tall. Like I was a tall girl, like developed quicker, like, you know, probably, I don't know, like say 70 pounds and the girls are like 50.
Parents are tall kind of
No,
deal?
my dad's like 5'9".
That's
My
why.
mom's like 5'4".
We just started playing volleyball. I
They
know.
used to call me.
He started dunking them.
Wait, you
I've
guys?
I've seen your dad. Well, your dad is tiny.
Yeah, he's not tiny, but he's not.
Well, compared to this guy,
Yeah.
this guy's
He's tiny.
humongous.
Yeah, it's like, did you ever
This is
see
awesome.
like I don't know, Cheaper by the Dozen, FedEx? My sisters used to bully me, and I was like 5'7". They'd be like, "Why is she standing on a box for the Christmas cards?" It's like I'm not. I'm just tall.
That's right. Your sisters are small.
They're 5'3" and like 4'11".
Yeah, they're
tiny.
small. Yeah, they're tiny.
I cried.
4'11" is small.
4'11".
That's
She's
like my mom.
She's
yeah.
tiny. I know. She's great though. I love
That's
my,
so fun.
my sisters. It's so funny. Yeah, I always thought I was 5'6", and what a shock when this December I made I'm 5'7.5". You know, I cried about it.
5'7.5". You should be in the WNBA.
But you're proportional though. Like you don't have like the long.
Yeah, you
legs
don't
and
look
small
like-
torso.
I feel like I have long legs, short torso.
Like you ever seen girls who like play basketball and their arms just get like really
Yeah.
long?
When I see you, you don't look like 5'7".
Like, you're not.
But
You're
I'm
not
tall,
boxing
so
out.
Maybe
doing-
that's why.
catching rebounds out here.
That's what I'm saying.
No, and when I did play basketball, my coach told me to foul, so I went in and shoved the girl to the floor. So I didn't know what to do. You told me to foul.
Foul,
so,
hey.
so obviously
You're good at following
basketball's
instructions.
not going to be
hard
for
foul.
me.
Baby, hard foul.
Then I cried about it after.
I cried.
You know?
The impact.
But to answer full
Insane.
circle, the whole like dating piece, like I think right now I'm so fixated and like focused on like what I'm interested in. Like I think we all do. Like, and it works for some people, it doesn't. Like you get caught up in next steps, this thing, and I have absolutely no regrets. I think everything happened for me, but it really made me challenge like, what do I want? Who do I want to be? And so.
Yeah.
You know, that was like, well, I've always wanted to get a van or an RV and like travel.
Oh, yes.
So dope.
And I was like,
And now I'm here, baby. RV time.
yeah, and it's like it's a little anticlimactic right now, and that's okay.
No.
So are you putting your
Anticlimactic? No way.
love life on pause to follow the
No.
journey of the life that the RV could provide to you? Or are you just open to like, hey, if I touch down in the city, I want to go on a date?
Yay.
No, I think it's so.
I think you want to park it on the side of a hill and
hike.
You barefoot?
sit in a beach chair.
He's like, we're gonna find her in the woods.
I love the fact that you're RVing it up.
He did ask though. So like, did you get it with the intent of literally traveling the world for a purpose,
Full
or
time.
literally just
Full time. What is better than?
get on the road and just like?
There's nothing better than a road trip. Like after everything happened.
That's
Like,
awesome you say that because I hate driving to like Atlantic City.
oh my god,
Like,
no.
that's like right
After-
there.
Really?
I'm like such
I
a.
hate
Oh
driving
my
to-
god.
I hate driving to like Jersey City.
Throw a
It's like an hour
podcast
away.
on 12 hours. Boom, nothing.
Oh
I
my
enjoy more.
God.
I've been
I
doing
love
it
the
since
road.
17. My cousins live in South Carolina doing that road trip. After everything happened, I went
Oh.
away for like 7 weeks, just all East Coast. Boop, boop, boop with my dog, stopping at people's houses and coming back. Like and so it was always a pipe dream, like saying like, oh, I'm gonna get this RV, and then you get married and you're like, oh, when we retire, we're gonna get this RV, and like da 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 da.
Yeah,
And then I was like,
I'm still going to Europe. Ever since I got married, I'm still going.
Keep
and
saying
you
it, baby.
will.
Manifest it.
We'll get there eventually.
You
get it.
absolutely
You'll get there.
will.
You get there when you guys can enjoy it. That's the
Well,
key.
no,
Yeah.
here's the thing. I challenge that too. Look at Donna. Look
That's
at
true.
Donna and Terry.
That's
Bring
true.
your son.
That is true.
People stop. They're like, oh,
Culture,
we
baby.
can't go. because
Andre is a
bring
wild
up-
animal,
that's
but
okay.
yeah, maybe
That's
it's
okay.
not okay.
It is okay.
He's a crazy person.
That's okay.
He's crazy.
He's a baby.
He's a crazy dude. He's a
That's
crazy dude. It is okay. I know I'll get there eventually. We just have a different I'm not there yet as a dad. I'm not there. I'm not there to the hey, I'm bringing my kid everywhere and we're all going to have fun. I'm not there yet.
That's okay.
I'm still in my like I want to go and like not worry about cracking your skull.
There. God, that's got to be. I feel like
I'm
that'd
there.
be-
Because that's
Look at
every moment, you know.
Yeah.
It's every moment, every 9 minutes that you're sitting in the house and she or he is not right next to you. You're like, he's going to run and then he's going to try to make a right turn and he doesn't know how to really do it yet. And he's going to crack his brain. And then you're like, what do I do at that point? And it's like, damn. And then your dad's going to look at you crazy. Well, why are you watching? You're not watching the baby? You kids in your phones? Like, it's like on 100% at all times. I'm just not there yet as a dad.
That's all right.
But I think we'll get there eventually.
You will.
But I don't know about driving in an RV all the way up and down the East Coast,
Oh, man.
stopping in
forget
the
about-
woods.
Oh, my God.
What like?
sounds more exciting than that?
What's the ETA
Yo.
for this RV though? I really want to know. Like,
This
when are you gonna
sounds
start?
So dope. yo.
When are you gonna start your RV journey? Like, realistically.
Realistic.
So you got it.
Okay.
You bought it.
It's always a story, right? So yes, I got it last July, actually July 2nd, and
And it runs. It starts.
it's good, right?
Okay.
But here's the thing.
No, here's the kicker.
Then the background camera wasn't working, or the backup camera. I'm like, I cannot be backing up 25
Can't
foot
be
of
hanging up the RV.
Oh, it's a
without-
big joint.
it's like a U-Haul, a little longer than a U-Haul.
Okay.
big enough.
So it was just this whole thing. I mean, the place I got it from, I would love to name drop, but I will not. They were just two women going and looking at an RV. I'll tell you, that was fun. Oh yeah. Anyways, that was a process in itself.
Oh, so you didn't like Facebook market this place. You went to a place to get it. Okay.
Oh yeah. It's a whole thing.
So it's just like any other car dealer. They see you
it was
coming.
terrible.
Oh,
So you come in like,
Man.
ooh.
I have a
we
whole,
sell her the maintenance package.
Yeah. I have a whole recording
gonna
of
s-
my aunt and uncle coming with me because they own a van, and my aunt is very intelligent, and she's
Yeah.
asking these questions.
Wow.
And the guy, like, he's walking us through it, and the guy looks at her, is like, "Do you want to give the tour?" And she goes, "I want my niece to be safe."
I just wanted to be safe in our
Like,
RV.
but so it was a whole thing. Long story short, they held on to it till August. I'm like,
Can we pod in the RV next time?
yes, you want to? Her
Yes.
name is Birdy. Wait.
Set it
Wait
up.
until you've never seen the inside of
If
her.
you try to
She is
park me-
decorated to the
Listen,
nines.
if you try to park me in some weird New Jersey state park,
I'm with
Oh,
it.
come
I
to-
don't know,
Does it
man.
got the thing where like you can?
Yes.
Oh,
You come to
we
my-
gotta set this
Wait, you
up.
come to my house.
Yes.
It's 12 minutes away.
And we just put
Stop.
the chairs outside. You put that little
awning.
awning on.
I also
Oh,
guess what? I
man.
also put out the fire pit, and we do I shouldn't say it because it's politically incorrect, but we do white trash fire, right out front with our fire pit and our
No, it's totally
chairs.
okay for you. You're white.
Yeah.
You're white. You can be white trash.
No, it's a functional RV.
functional
Great.
RV.
But so long story short, I was like, what the hell? Like, I bought this. Why does the universe want me still stuck in New Jersey? I can't figure it out. And then I get it back in August, and then unfortunately we found out my dad's cancer came back and was terminal.
Wow.
With that, I was supposed to be leaving September of this year.
Okay.
And I was going to be bopping down the East Coast while I learned it because I know enough people for then this spring to go
Right.
west.
Okay.
To go, because when I go west, I'm going west for a while because why would
Obviously.
you?
Yeah. Why would you?
So
go
many
west and come
stops.
back?
Yeah,
Yeah.
why wouldn't
Yeah.
you?
So many places.
With the eventual destination of like California.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, San Diego, park me there, and there's so much public land. Oh yeah, I know. Listen, and I've
love
got
it.
you know what's
And
great?
San Diego written all over your face.
Yeah, I love it. I was
As
like,
soon as you said bare feet at her wedding, I'm
Yeah,
like,
you're
I
like-
know where you're either going
I
to
know where you-
Seattle or you're
I
going to
would
the
love
Bay.
Washington, Oregon too.
If it didn't rain so much,
Yeah.
much.
Oh, I love rain too. Listen, I just love it. Whatever. There's so many joy. Where do you find joy? It's those things.
I find joy in weather though.
Do you? Weather, yeah.
But like,
You do like the rain?
I hate the rain.
I hate the rain.
It gets
oh
me
my
moody.
God.
Really?
It makes me so moody.
I want to go sit on the porch.
Oh no.
There are people who love that.
Or
Very tranquil. It brings you down,
or dance in it.
and it's very spiritual. Or like,
Dancing it.
Yeah, not for you.
Wet shoes. And
we work
socks and
outdoors.
feet. Yeah, we used to
So-
work
Okay, if
outdoor.
you're
Yeah.
working outside in the rain,
It
that's
makes the rain
But
feel
yeah,
different.
it gives it like
gives you
a
different.
nasty connotation. When you get up on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday to go to work, and it's raining 3 days in a row, hell no.
And you're up
And you
30
up on
feet
the
in the air
ladder.
in
That's
the rain.
scary.
It's-
Then you
it-
walking
it
in
gives you a
somebody's
different-
house, wet
So like
clothes.
Don't you love the smell of rain on asphalt?
Absolutely not. Oh
It's a
my
safety
God.
concern for me. It smells like
Smells like tripping and
slip
fall.
disc
That's one of my
tray.
favorite smells.
It's such a weird
like a
smell.
torn ACL.
Rain on asphalt.
Like when it's really hot and then it rains.
Yo,
and you're
that
like,
is the. It's
and this-
literally like you couldn't describe the worst possible scenario. Yo, when it's like 92,
Talking about
the
humidity.
a fucking
Yeah.
sun shower.
It's the best. Isn't it the best?
No, give me the sun or give me the rain. I'm gonna go inside.
You know, like
I'm gonna stay
Arizona
outside.
too. They say Arizona and all that.
I went to Arizona, dude. It's so hot.
but
Yeah,
it's
Arizona's
beautiful.
a little.
They
It's
say
gorgeous,
Beauty.
but
But it's like,
you're not catching
That's
me
a different
there
kind of
in the
heat,
summer
right?
months.
It's
No,
so.
it's dry heat.
well, that's the beautiful thing about the RV. You can like,
Yeah,
You
exactly.
in this damn
you can
RV.
chase that summer all year.
Ever
round.
since I said RV, he's like, "Yo, that's fucking dope."
It's well, I was really impressed by the girl you were talking about too.
I need to get her information.
She sounds so interesting. I need to meet this girl.
But wait until you see what it
I need to
looks
get her
like.
info.
She's decorated so like I want like oh god.
What's her name? Birdie.
Birdie. So I
Birdy.
can fly away. Birdie. I love Lord of the Rings.
Birdie, so I can fly.
Like
away.
that is my go-to. Is Lord of the Rings.
Oh my lord.
Probably
man.
watched about 7 times this year already. And like think like mythical elven like mushrooms,
Fairyland?
fairy lights,
That's awesome.
moss.
You think you're gonna find that in San Diego?
I mean, it's legal out there.
I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna find it in San Diego. That is
No, but the
insane,
decor
dude.
is just. But anyway, so I'm really grateful you talked about me because I was able to pause and be like, you did that.
Yeah,
Then
no,
a
you
year
did.
and a half of
You
your
did
life
it. Yeah.
being so dark and like wild,
Yeah.
and then you get it, and then there's all these pauses. It's like,
You got
There
out
was
of that
something you
cocoon.
mentioned like years ago, and again, we weren't talking like all the
yeah,
time.
yeah,
We just had briefly like ran into each other, and then we briefly ran into each other again at the
Yeah.
wedding. And like it was one of the things that you just would not shut up about.
Uh,
And I didn't think
I thought it was a pipe dream too. I got.
I didn't
honest.
think initially like that quickly you would
Yeah.
get it. I also didn't realize that like that was 22 and it's 25 now. Like
Yeah,
because 23 was just a wash for me because
Yeah.
Carolyn was pregnant
yeah.
the whole year.
I think, and I got it in 24. Yeah,
Like I didn't even
Yeah.
like
yeah.
process that like yo she was just talking about that shit and like she fucking got it.
You did.
So
That's
sorry
crazy.
to bring this
Yeah.
down, but you're talking about your dad and like it altered your plans. So where is he at now? Like, what's his condition now?
So
You guys just enjoying every day you got with
Yep,
him? pretty much?
absolutely. He, believe it or not, so because pancreatic cancer runs my mom's side, her mother and her brother died very quickly from it. My dad's pancreatic cancer is actually correlated with 9/11.
Oh wow.
So he was like been in the city finance guy since like 22, if not beforehand, and he was like
That
downtown.
explains the nice backyard.
Yeah. You've been to my backyard.
No, I haven't.
Oh.
No. But you mentioned it earlier, and I also.
You've been in my backyard. He was like, "No, you described it like very perfectly."
Did I
earlier.
today?
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
Oh.
I
don't remember?
also.
Wait, what do you mean? I described my backyard? What
Yeah,
did I
you
say?
did. Yeah.
When you were talking about like planning the wedding in your backyard.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You did with the
plexiglass
pool
on the
and
pool.
everything
Yes,
else,
okay,
and
okay.
then you know,
Okay.
big emphasis on your pool though. Very nice pool. But I'm glad that you guys get to like
So
sit down and enjoy your time. With
in
them.
theory, because it's not a hereditary thing and it's caused by this other thing, it could be more treatable than it was like
No. Unfortunately for him, because of that, there's no like genotherapy you can do.
Okay.
So originally when he was diagnosed, it was August 30th of 2023. And I was actually coming downstairs and I was just making a coffee in between session and I heard the front door open and I'm like, who is that? And it was my dad. He was standing there. And as soon as I saw his face, I was like, what?
Wow.
And he, like, so I was the first person that he told. My mom was upstairs.
Always been like a daddy's girl kind of thing? Or because there was 3 of you guys, it's a little different. Everybody.
Well, I was living at my mom's and my dad lives around the corner. Lives around the corner, and my older sister, her husband, and her 2 kids are there too. So it's like father, daughter, and my little sister. Where was she at that point? Oh, she was in the same development too, in the house behind my mom's.
Yeah, your family seems so like
tight.
Yeah, we're
they're,
tight.
like, tight, and it's like every time I see them, even when you're posting them, even when you hang out, it just seems like you guys have a really good time, like around each other all the time.
You're the reason.
No matter what's
like,
going on.
You know when people go like, "Why don't you have more kids?"
Yeah.
Like your kids will get along so well. Like that's what we talk about.
Yeah.
Because we talk about like we're one and done.
Yeah, I'm a one and done.
Because we don't have those same sibling relationships that people like you clearly have.
Oh, and
you're the other spectrum to us.
No, but we are the spectrum you fear too.
Well,
like,
yeah, absolutely.
Tell me and my little sister, because it was very much a 4.5 year gap. Yeah, like I would put a gate in front of her bedroom so she wouldn't sneak out across the railroad tracks to go to someone's house. Like
that adds up. Yeah. That adds up into that's about right. But you gotta take some, but like you expect that. That part we expect. Like that's the part we're afraid of.
You mean your adult relationship?
Yeah, but like as you guys get older, like you're gonna realize like all those moments, you're gonna look back on them and you're gonna be like, holy shit. Like thank God we had this. And when you grow up in a family that's not really like that, you don't like when you look to the future, that part kind of like is missing a little bit. It's like you skipped over that part. Yeah. My son will have his cousins,
which are just like siblings, I feel.
My cousins are like my brothers. Yeah. Like I'm closer with some of my cousins than I am my actual brother.
But I think that's like, because when you grew up, you guys were together.
Exactly,
we were so
tight, right? And we spent so much time together. So is it really a matter of like me having a bunch of kids, or is it me making sure that
they have those times,
right?
Sure, yeah. For sure.
So I can control that. Yeah. So instead of me bringing a bunch of monsters in the world,
I can drop you off at your cousin's
off at your uncle's house, and you guys have fun and go swimming and do all that good stuff, because those are the times you're gonna miss once like life starts, and then it just sucks after that. Obviously, it's just trash after that. But you make it work.
Figure it out.
Whatever you got going on, you make it what you want it to be, right? Like you didn't know any of this stuff was gonna happen. You didn't think about it. Like you went on about it, and then when we found something that we enjoyed, you really make the best out of it. Yeah. And just put some effort into it. Effort to solve a lot of people's problems. They just don't realize it. It was my problem. Yeah. I didn't have any effort. Your marriage is an effort. You know that. Like, you got to work at that shit every day. This shit ain't fucking rainbows in here, like, every day.
Nor should it be.
And it shouldn't be, because if you care, then there's no way you could just be walking around like, whatever. She could do whatever. I don't care. Like, no way.
It's healthy to be, like, upset.
And it's healthy to be able to say it.
Yeah.
In the house, important. Right? Be able to speak it, right? Yeah. We can sit up here, and even as minuscule as it is, she was like, "Yo, I didn't like that." I'm like, "That's really tiny, but okay." Yeah. Like, I'm glad that you can like say that you didn't like that and not have to like
and it's really
hold it in your chest. Exactly. Yeah. It's tiny for me. It meant something to you because you're actually saying it to me right now, right?
I wish I could
I have a hard time with that.
just verbalize that better.
I have a hard time with that. Like,
Which part? Saying how you like if something upsets you?
yeah, like tiny stuff. Like, not like big. When I have a problem, I don't have a problem voicing it, but like tiny stuff.
Day-to-day,
Like something might annoy me, and I'm just like, eh. But I probably should be like, yo, like that. I didn't really like that.
Yeah. Well, because then it's, it stops resentment and like contempt, right? And those are two of the most dangerous things.
I just did the other thing. I just actually work on letting it go instead of like voicing it.
Yeah.
I'll be like, just let that shit go. Like,
well, I do think there's going to be a place and a time for like when you're is this important for me to bring up? Like, not silencing yourself at all, but it's like you're kind of gauging, like, is this really, or am I being activated? And like, it's something I can work on individually.
Yeah.
Like there is a difference.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
100%.
Being aware of the
you're being aware.
And you could even just name it, like, hey, like I didn't like this because I'm feeling X around that.
Yeah.
Or like, but I get like
we ain't doing all that.
Just
gonna turn Sports Center on and.
I always say like I gotta stop.
Can I tell you something about sports?
Yeah, go ahead.
And why I think guys talk about sports all the time.
Oh man, I'm so interested in this.
I would love
because I didn't know where this was going, but now I'm so interested in it. Yeah. Why do guys talk about sports all the time?
Okay.
Is it because we're trying to hide our actual feelings for each other? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I've noticed, and it's again just my experience. I feel like if I'm crying right now, I have seven girls I can call.
Okay.
12,000 cousins I can call.
Right.
Okay. Like if
and actually have real conversation
and have like super vulnerable, holding space, like ugly crying, whatever I need, cursing, yelling, they can hold a container for me. No, side note, focus. Okay, sports. I think that is men being vulnerable with one another, talking about sports. I think that societal ways, structures, how you're grown, whatever, and it's not for everyone, so it's a very generalized statement, but I've noticed that's the closest connection. Like, I've asked people that I've dated or been with, like, do you talk to your friends about, like, me? I think that's important, like, if you're struggling and, like, if I'm pissing you off, like, if I'm da-da-da, like, to have an outlet. No. And this is multiple partners I've talked to. No. And then I'll never forget, this one person was like, we talk about sports. Like, that's what we talk about. And I've never forgotten that. And over, like, the past 7 years, have locked into that. And I'm like...
That's kind of wild.
Sports is a relatable...
Yes. Yeah. Where you don't feel so alone. Right. You're on the same page with something. Yeah. It's something to talk about. And it's something, like, if you shit is going on, you don't feel inclined to, well, I don't have to touch base about that. I could talk about this. Yeah. So as much as I'm mocking or, like, was making a joke, like, I really do think... It's an interesting perspective.
Are men not out here? I know we do it all the time. I guess we're not as emotionally closed as I guess most men are. Because I complain about dumb shit that Carolyn does to him all the time.
That's good. No, that's healthy.
like all the time.
I think that's healthy.
It's because
all the time.
We know where we're at.
Yeah.
But we can't do that with everybody.
Right.
Yeah.
You're right. Well, I also wouldn't do that with anybody because I don't trust everybody.
And you don't want to, listen, you don't want it to be a container. Like, you have to be, or I would encourage being, like, who you're talking. Because it's easy to be like, oh, this person did X. And it's like, oh, screw, like, you know what I mean? Like, you want to be careful, especially with your spouse.
Because I don't really talk to just anybody about, like, my wife,
relationship.
Period.
No. And as a sacred and, like, as marriage, like, yes, like, of course you are allowed to.
Because there's a relatability there.
Yeah,
exactly.
For sure.
And you don't get too comfortable laughing at shit about my wife because then I might slap you. So don't do that.
And sometimes it's just a space of, like, hey, like, you don't have to comment on it. Like, what do you, like, one of the things I can say, like, do you want advice or do you want me to just listen?
Right.
And half the time, I just need you to listen.
Yeah. I get that.
Like, there doesn't even have to be.
Yeah, I guess, if I guess it's a comfortability thing. If I just meet a guy, I guess that's where I would go, right? Like, are you like the Yankees?
No,
I'm a Mets fan.
No, when you said that little line, you're like, do you want me to opinion or do you want me to just listen? There's a funny joke about, like, that's why guys go to strip clubs.
It's true.
It's true. It's a funny joke. It's like,
she'll listen.
Wait, do you guys want to hear my first time at a strip club? You're going to love this. It's a testament to who I am. I will tell you one thing about me.
Goodness gracious.
I am who I am.
All the time?
I grow and I change when I am Sarah. And people know that about me.
Oh, shit.
my 21st birthday, my best friend Alexis, my other best friend Alexa, they take me to, oh God, and it's like Club 35. So it's like,
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Club 35, full new, baby.
okay. So I don't
We
know.
be in
Like,
35.
That's a little. That's
they
a
got
little,
rated.
I don't
yo.
know if it's,
I was gonna say that's a little.
I don't know if it's good, bad.
That's like
Damn.
you went from like you probably should have went to something like a little more low key.
more,
35 is like
That's good?
No,
35.
no,
it's not
35.
good. It's top tier degenerate.
Oh,
35
yeah.
is
Oh, no, but wait for it. So it's
35 is like
It's my 21st birthday. Like the dancers they're great, and I was able to take pictures on the pole. It was awesome. Okay.
Oh, they let you get up there?
Oh, I didn't do anything other than pose, of course. But so there was this girl, and she was a dancer, and I'll never forget. Her name was Sapphire. She's
Good old
dancing,
Sapphire.
and she tells me
Always.
it's her birthday.
always the same.
And I'm like, Sapphire, happy birthday. And she, you know what? She looked at me and she said, you don't have to say happy birthday to me. I'm just a stripper. Her words. And
No
I
way.
Looked, swear to God. And I looked at her and I said,
Oh, shit.
whatever I said. I was like, you are a worthwhile, beautiful woman. Like, popped off, right? Sapphire, happy birthday, baby. Love you. To this day, 10 years later. Okay. So my girlfriends think it's hilarious to buy me a lap dance.
From Sapphire?
Nope, different
Oh, okay,
girl.
different.
Different girl. She's gorgeous. Beautiful, beautiful boobs. Fake boobs, wanted them myself. She's dancing on me. They're peeking around the corner. Do you know what me and this girl are talking about? She wants to go to nursing school.
Oh my god.
And I'm like,
They
you
always
can
want to
do
go to nursing
anything.
school, girl.
No, but I'm
They
sitting
always
there.
want to go to nursing
Always
school.
Let her,
wanna
let
be
her do what
nurse.
she wants to do.
She
but
want to be a medical assistant. I know what's going on.
I'm sitting there saying, you
I
can
know
do
what's going on.
anything you want to do. And so she goes, she starts crying. I'm just going to keep dancing and I'm not going to charge you. I'm like, you're beautiful. And so whatever. I hyped these girls up so much and therapized them too much. My girlfriends were like, they're like, did you even get turned on? I was like, what do you mean? I was just like, and I love women. Women are beautiful. Like who wouldn't but no, I'm in the space of,
We got to get you out of the club.
we're
You can't.
empowering these girls. And they're like, we are never taking you to a
Yeah,
fucking
we're
school
not.
again.
You
And
trying
I'm
to
like,
save it?
what do
You
you
trying to save the hoes?
Yeah,
You're not
and
doing that.
they're not hoes.
Sarah, that is not a.
We don't know if they're hoes though. Respectfully, they could be hoes. We don't know for sure.
That's not.
Okay, coming from the men
And-
that go to then pay the hose, please.
I mean, what?
No, I'm gonna be real
I
with
told
you.
you it's top tier degenerate.
What you felt that
Yeah.
conversation.
Yeah.
A lot of guys get that too.
Well, you know what?
It's
As
so
a 21-year-old, I thought I was doing good in the world.
No, you,
No, you would give.
there's a lot of dudes that go there.
You were
and
giving
they
great
think,
positive reinforcement.
I had a connection with that girl.
Insane, by the
No,
way.
it wasn't that. It was just like I was trying to hype that, make them
Yeah,
feel
yeah.
good.
Yeah, I get it.
Make
I
her feel
understand.
good.
You know what makes them feel good from us? 20s.
Damn, that's
Sure.
that's
you know
super
what?
generous.
Honestly, she probably preferred money. I was a 21-year-old. Okay, their money wasn't.
Yeah, she's probably like, I'm not. This girl's broke. Come on. She just turned 21. She ain't got no money.
No, I had zero.
That's that's.
But going to 35 for
That's
your
crazy.
first time is crazy.
Why? I mean,
I didn't hit-
don't know. Like,
I didn't hit
No,
30.
they didn't know either.
I didn't hit 35 till like my fourth. That was like my fourth strip. Like 35 is crazy. They got rated
for what?
Yeah.
for what you think.
What you think?
Sex?
Yeah.
All of it.
All of everything.
Money laundering, extortion, trafficking, all of
Here
it.
I am just trying to encourage women. And you know what?
Well, good, because maybe you got them to get up out of there.
No, but
35
Before the raid.
nuts.
No, but
35 was crazy.
I don't
Did
think
you
there's
see?
anything wrong
You
with
were
the
in the
dancer.
lap dance area. You saw what it was. It's
Well,
just
if I
a
can
curtain
remember.
and a bench.
yeah, it is a bench, right?
Yeah.
Because
So you sitting next to the next dude.
it
and
was my
y'all
friend's
knees-
now husband next
yeah,
to me. Yeah.
And y'all knees is touching. And it's
Well,
like,
our knees weren't touching, but yes.
That's uncomfortable.
It was a bench, wasn't it?
I know. Yeah, I've been
There was
there.
no separators, right?
No, it's just a long bench. They got one curtain at the end, and it's just a
Yeah.
long.
I just remember
bench.
both my Lex and my Lex just going, and I'm just like, hey girls, I'll be right out.
Just looking through the curtain.
Be
Just
right-
looking through the curtain.
I'll be right there, just empowering this
35,
queen.
35 was something crazy, man.
Oh,
And it was the only full nude spot down here.
fully nude?
Mhm.
Huh.
Most of them aren't.
I just saw boobies.
It's just topless. Oh, you didn't get the full pack. You didn't spend any
I
money.
didn't need the full package.
You didn't spend any money.
You're right.
That's why.
Yeah, well, most
That's
places
why.
they don't go topless either.
Yeah. You were throwing
Maybe
words.
you're right. Maybe I didn't get full. I don't. Maybe it was just a bikini.
You were just throwing words.
Yeah, I was throwing words because I
So,
love words.
You
That's
throwing
why-
words, you're not
words
throwing
are-
dollars.
No,
She's
but
like,
35 usually they do topless, but like that's what he's saying. Like you went to
Okay.
like a lot of places
Okay.
don't even go.
yeah, they
topless.
don't even go
Go to
there.
the
Like
bikini.
you get the lap dance, but like they're wearing everything. I'm not even like a
the
big strip
setup
club
is
dude.
different. Like a lot of places, the bars in the middle,
Yeah.
like the stage is in the middle, the bars on the top, like outside. So it's like even the space.
There's a
between
super
you
barrier
and the
between
girl
you and the
is
girls.
a big
35
barrier.
lets you get like
Too close.
real
like
close.
you're on the
Yeah.
stage. Like
That's why you were able to do all of that.
yeah.
Like you shouldn't even be that close. In New Jersey especially, you shouldn't even be that close
To which part?
to the girls.
They did pay
period.
for me to get them.
Well, obviously,
Yeah.
because you think she's
But to
coming,
have
you think
those
she likes you that much. You think she wanted your conversation that much. She just walked out and was like, you know what, you right there, I want to dance on you.
We got a lot of pain in
you
these
right,
eyes.
you right up front.
Honestly, I might have thought it.
He's like, you know they paid for. Yes, we know they paid for it for sure. I'm not even a big strip club guy. The whole notion of giving away my hard-earned money for nothing is just like it's like a shot in the heart for me. I can't. I don't want to. Why?
Yeah.
Why, miss? I don't even know you. I'm gonna go home now.
Look at home.
Thank you. I'm
It's
gonna
tough.
go home. It's time for me to go home.
The economy is the way it is.
Exactly. Listen, I don't have pockets like that. No, I'm gonna get up out of here. I did go to the strip club when I was in Montreal, though. It's very nice. It was a beautiful establishment. It was very classy.
Great food.
Velvet seats, good food. Chicks spoke French. That was cool.
So what I'm trying to say is the next guy you date,
Yeah.
they're a frequent of strip clubs. It's not a bad guy.
He's not a bad guy, but maybe
He has just
like
some disposable income.
couple times a month, maybe like, you know. And
That's a lot.
I mean, we obviously know the first place you should start, right?
Where?
Go on a fucking date.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm
Which
like,
is
wait,
still wild.
wait, what's before a strip club?
Go on a
The
date.
first part is
And
going
don't
to
let
date.
the date be at a strip club.
And don't let the date be at a strip club.
It can
please.
end up there.
No.
That's your
Just
first
don't
spot.
start there.
Yeah.
Holy
No.
shit.
But back to the whole like RV thing, like am I like it's so interesting to me in like male perspective of I've been getting this a lot as like a 30 I'm freshly 32.
Freshly.
32 of like dating. People think it's wild when I have no interest. What I also mean by that though is if something comes along, I'm not closed off. I'm not
Yeah.
bitter or like
I think that's when you find the
pushing.
best.
Yeah.
I'm just in a
resolution.
space where I'm like, I'm moving to Belmar next week. I'm gonna be surrounded by girlhood. Like, you know, one of my very good friends lives right next door.
Your happiness
My
is
sis-
more
it's-
important than.
As it should be
Yeah,
because I've
yeah.
never explored it. You know, at 30 I started guitar. You know, I'm taking a ballet
awesome.
class for the first
I
time.
think a lot of
at
people-
Thinking a
32.
ballet class is cool.
I've always wanted to do ballet and I never did. So I'm like,
That's just going to
do
destroy
it.
your feet.
I think a lot of
They're hard to
people
destroy.
are afraid to be alone and
Yeah.
like back to what we were talking about, like happiness. Think that their happiness should include a partner.
For sure. Yeah.
And,
absolutely.
and they're like they find like I'm not successful because I'm not married. I don't have a kid.
Yeah. Look at the people who jump from relationship to relationship to relationship, and you know patterns and behaviors do not change
and
unless
behaviors.
patterns and behaviors change, and that's up to the person to me.
I've
Bars.
asked some friends. I've asked some
Bars.
friends personally, like, bro, like you can't be alone. Are you not okay? Like not just being by yourself.
Yeah.
Like, you
A lot of
have
people
to go
don't have
jump
it, man.
into an out.
A lot of people don't have it.
And some people are just relationship people.
I try to get Carolyn up out of this house all the time. Girl, go do something so I can sit here and stare at the ceiling for a couple hours, give myself some positive reinforcement, do some push-ups or something.
Do some push-ups.
Like, I don't know. Anything. Like anything.
Facts.
Just some time alone, like try to figure stuff out,
Yeah.
like in your own head. You give a lot of, especially in a marriage, like I said, you know, you give a lot of, like, you give a lot of yourself. You give a lot of energy, especially if you're actually trying to make this
Yeah.
thing work and
Yeah.
be successful. And if you care for the person enough to care about how they feel day to day, make sure you say good morning. Make
Yeah.
sure you kiss your wife before you leave. Make sure you ask her how her day was. Like little shit like that people make it seem like it's some grand thing that can't be done. And it's like, bro, it takes like 3 seconds. If you care, you'll do it.
It's bare minimum.
It's actually like the barest of minimums, and I'm very surprised that like people don't like do that or have that.
Look at our culture with dating, and like
It's
here's
true.
another thing. Like, and I'm by no means criticizing, judging. I've never done any of the dating apps.
Yeah. But again, I let people rock too. Like I don't judge people. Like
Yeah.
however you do it and however you want to
'Cause
do
we're
it.
all different.
It's not my life.
No, it's not your life. It's not. It's
not
not
mine.
your
And
experience.
my happiness is not.
No.
It's not
You're
at all.
happy.
Maybe you like that.
No.
That's
Maybe
cool.
you like that, maybe you don't.
Go crazy.
Yeah, maybe we don't understand or whatever, right? But
Yeah.
we're all here on different journeys.
For
Like,
sure.
When I think about it, and like I have no, God, this might be a bold statement, but it's like something about the dating apps feels like a little evil to me.
I mean, maybe.
What I mean by that, like I know that's how people like meet and get to know each other.
Yeah.
Like, there's like value in that, for
Especially in this day
sure.
and age.
Yeah. But I'd say
do
the percentage
not
is smaller than what you think it is.
I don't like the idea of shopping based off of a face.
I believe that.
I don't like it.
I get
don't
that.
like it at all. That
I get
makes me
that.
feel like what my face card's my only value. Like or
feel
this
that.
person, like, you know, like you can see, I'm sorry, you could have like the hottest guy or the hottest girl and you get to know them and you're like, yeah, your personality, like you're not a good human or like you're not attracted to them, right?
I think that view on things is lost on a lot of
It
people.
is, and I have
especially because we're in the day and age of scrolling social media.
and I'm not going to do it. And again, I'm not judging that at all. But that's gonna make, you know, again, I'm not in that space. I'm just saying, like,
You're gonna meet some
things
dude.
are just gonna
You're gonna meet some dude that drops out of a tree wherever
Tarzan.
you park your
I'm
RV.
looking for Tarzan.
Wherever you park your RV, and he might not even be Tarzan. He might just drop out of a tree. You're like, yo, what are you doing? He's like, I was just took a walk and I decided to climb. And you're like,
I'm telling you, you're gonna be hiking up the mountain.
yeah.
Someone's gonna be
He's
hiking down.
hiking
the mountain.
down. And he's like, where you coming from?
Or I'm gonna be eaten by the lion.
Yeah, right. I parked mine up there.
Wait, we having fun, man.
Exactly. I parked my RV up there. Where'd you park yours? Oh, I parked down here. You?
No, my Harley's down there. She's
My
I'm dying. Give me Jax Teller, Sons Anarchy. I'll take Opie.
Shout out to Jax
whatever.
Teller.
Yeah.
Jax Teller's the man. Shout out to Jax.
No, but I think my dad said it too when we were talking, like literally today. And I was like, I don't have any interest in like dating. And he was like, well, I think it's because you never, and I was like, I understand what you're saying, but the truth is that I'm just really focused on, I'm such a people pleaser, such a this, such a that, such a caretaker that I don't call it being selfish. Like I'm just so fixated on my life. What does Sarah want? What brings me joy? What doesn't bring me joy? What makes me feel good? What doesn't? Like also,
It's all on you, man.
we're never going to be perfect in a relationship. We're always going to
Nope.
trigger our partner.
Yep.
I refuse to bleed on people anymore. I bled on too many partners and too many partners have bled on me. Like I'm not bringing, of course my trauma will be there and I'm sure it will come out, but I am so invested in the work that I'm doing right now that like I'm not looking for any type of commitment at this point in my life.
Can I ask you,
Yeah.
That's hard. Yo. She dropping bombs.
what was your most toxic trait?
Oh, fuck me. Okay.
I know mine.
You might want to edit that out.
No,
My most toxic trait
I know mine.
was you don't love me.
Interesting.
Golly.
Like no matter what.
You don't love me.
Oh yeah, I mean
you don't care about
I
me.
guess you kind of did. I guess you kind of alluded to that, like a person doing everything that they can do and it's still not.
You
good
don't
enough.
love me. You don't care about me.
No,
You're
but
gonna
like
leave
you need
me.
to hear it, or that was like an
I
argument.
I would verbally say that. You don't love me. You don't care about me.
I
you don't
joke
give a
around
shit
about that
me.
a lot. I think I spoiled you, and I tell you I love you too much that now like you need to hear it like every 5 minutes.
That's
Here's
interesting.
the thing I will say with some of the partners that I've had though, like and again, think about it, like ages, like God, I'm 30, so, like we were like your 20s are young. Like they're young, okay?
Yeah,
like,
but
to
you
embrace
just have no
it.
concept
You have
of anything.
And just from like the types of backgrounds they had too, my backgrounds,
Yeah.
right? Like things happen. Reassurance.
Yeah.
I never understood why reassurance is so hard. I don't know if it's ego, where it's like if I'm telling you I'm struggling, or if like I'm telling you like I don't know, like trying to think of something that maybe would have made me uncomfortable. I don't know, maybe me taking something as flirting or something of like, you know, it's completely harmless. Like, hey, that really made me feel X. Like, I don't understand why reassurance is so hard.
Yeah.
With the people that I was with, like, and it wasn't always, but like that would really impact me too, because it's like, why can't you just reassure me? Like, if you just reassure me, this is done. Like, it's done, and like then I can bring that. It's not your job to make me feel X. I do think though, if you know I'm struggling with X, you could help me, because then I will also in turn feel safe with you. I've never had a steady nervous system in a relationship.
That's so much emotional maturity to ask for a 20-year-old.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. That's what I'm saying.
That's why it was like a recipe for disaster.
No, yeah.
Because I didn't have
And in man brain is
no.
like, how many times do I have
to
to
tell you,
Exactly.
yeah, it's annoying.
I didn't have it at all.
Oh, trust me.
Because we think
know.
like once or twice it's good enough.
Oh.
Good,
Get
yeah.
it.
And listen,
And then you're like, no, I need it.
and when I didn't get
need
it,
more.
then I was batshit.
Yeah.
That makes sense. I didn't have it.
That is a.
Like I would
You
lose.
don't got no
my-
Latina in you? It's all Irish?
It's like, I mean, unless there's something I don't know.
I didn't have it. Carolyn used to tell me all the time, like, you just do certain things that like I don't like. It doesn't make me feel comfortable or reassuring. I'm like,
Yeah.
yo, but like, what more do you want from me? Like, I don't think I got emotionally like mature until I was about like 25, 26 years old, where I actually started like thinking about the things that I'm doing is like how they're affecting other people.
Mm-hmm.
It's so much to ask of children from 19 to 22 or whatever the case may be. Like you honestly, like your brain just can't
comprehend
unless you're one of those people that are, super
Grew up
mature,
hard,
like
grew
grew
up
up
fast.
hard and
Yeah.
maybe had to grow a little quicker. Like you don't have it, man.
It's the realization of
And I know I didn't have it. Like 100%.
how, as a child, how aware you are of the things that are going on. That's what kind of will make you grow up.
And I think for me too, like growing up,
Because if you're just a child, letting be a child,
yeah,
it's thing. And
It's
then
hard.
you realize like the world comes at you later.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're a child and you get put in grown situations,
Yeah.
that's what makes.
And it shows
Yeah.
up quick too.
Yeah. And I think like for me too, like at that age, like, as a kid, like I was always, because that narrative too much, like like my parents are very rational, logical, love them. And I'm not, it's our parents' first time being parents and having earthside experience too,
That's true.
right? So we're all, listen, if we become parents, we're all going to mess them up one way or another, right?
Oh, that's
Just
my biggest fear, girl.
not in a way, not in a way that's not human.
Yeah, not in a
though.
traumatic way, but
Listen, as long as your kids
there's
know you
gonna be certain
that
things.
you are there and they are so loved, like of course kids are gonna find anything, with parents, like, or parents are gonna make mistakes. You're human. But I learned from a young age, like I'm too much, I'm too emotional, I'm too this, because I always was anticipating everyone else's like feelings around me. Like I would read a room, like, okay, I have to eggshell this, eggshell that. How can I behave to make this person happy? Like, how can I behave to make that person happy? Like, if I do this, then so it's like,
I still do that.
yeah,
Like, depending on the person that I'm dealing with, like, or the people I'm around,
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, let me change the way, like, just how I'm gonna work this, right? I know I can't say certain things around this person and start a whole thing, and I don't really feel like getting into it with them. But this person, I can talk to them a little different, but maybe not kind of like divulge things because they get all crazy, and it's always
In real time.
yeah, because
Wow.
it's always family. Like you
Yeah,
never
yeah.
know. Like and some stuff you just don't. I mentally I don't want to do this with you right now.
yeah, mental jujitsu.
So it's like, do I want to just say fuck it and deal with what comes, or am I trying to just get through this thing
Right.
so I can get to the end and I can be normal again,
Right.
Like and be
Normal.
like
Yeah.
myself.
Funny statement.
It's weird, and that's resentment and that's trauma around those people.
Yeah.
That's what that is.
Well, and what that does too is like when you're more afraid to like for someone like, even like as I'm demonstrating, like who is pretty straightforward, like I wasn't always that way, especially in a relationship too,
Yeah.
right? So it's like I would hold a lot of stuff in,
Yeah.
which would then lead me to the explosion of, you don't love me, you don't
You
care
don't
about
love
me.
me.
Yeah, da. Because it's like any type of attention at that point was attention, right? Because positive wasn't working, negative was, so like, I'm going to flip out and then I'll
Yeah,
get
whatever,
some
yeah.
form of attention. And that's absolutely trauma based. And that's,
Yeah.
my nervous system was so used to being like so dysregulated and like heightened and like hyper aware, and like that when things were like calm, I associated that for like,
I gotta rock some shit.
yeah, I gotta go.
I
Like
gotta
this
rock
isn't
some
right.
shit. I gotta rock
Now
some
that you
shit.
know that,
Oh yeah, it's
are you think in potentially the next relationship it'll get better?
yeah, for sure. We're human. We're
Yeah.
human. Like regardless, things are gonna happen.
It's
I
the
just
reality.
think I think too, I've never been with a partner that had emotional capacity for me. I think like, okay, if I'm crying, screaming, this, like whatever, once that was over, then it's like, okay, are you good? Like you're good. Like no one ever stood in the storm with me. Never.
Mm.
Never. It was never safe to stand in the storm with me. And that's what I learned as a kid. Sarah shows emotion. She's alone in a room by herself. She has to deal with it herself.
What kind of storms are you throwing over there? You throwing
Life.
It's because
some hurricanes.
like,
Yeah.
you're taught. Not I don't know. Taught. You just develop like time out. Like
Yeah.
go to that corner and like learn how to process your feelings.
Yeah.
From
Or
reality.
people
Like,
just
you
didn't
don't
want to
know.
deal with your, they didn't want to deal with your shit.
Mine was
Internally, that's a great point. Like, oh, now I got to sit here and by myself figure.
from such a young, and just like time and things are different. But then my parents' separation, and I won't go into that, but there was a lot of stuff that happened there, and it was very much. I mean, that is definitely, I've done so much work around it, but that is where the beginning
Yeah.
of this stuff, and I was
Everything shapes and
super
molds, right?
impressionable at that age. And when you feel like things are your fault and you carry that, and you feel like you let down your whole entire family.
Yeah.
As a kid, because you're a kid. Like, of course, as an adult, I know that's not true.
Yeah.
But as a kid, it's
but at
like,
the time,
that's
your
heavy.
world is crashing.
Yeah. And so, like, when I say throwing storms, I mean, that's just a metaphor. Like, I know that sounds big, but I'm talking about just like, hey, I could talk like this, be calm, like, hey, I'm feeling X when you do this. And it would be received with, like, that's yelling, or like that, just like there was no emotional capacity in a lot of the relationships that I had. And then there were absolutely fucking times where I was like,
Well, yeah, you were off the hinges for sure.
And I meet that version of myself with so much love and empathy because that's all she needed. And I think that was one of the hardest parts of this whole process.
Do you think that would have calmed that storm though? Somebody to really.
I needed me.
Somebody that
no one could have.
No one could do it, right? Okay.
No, unless you were.
That's like some. That's like
deep.
That's a real fucking homework.
I needed to be there for myself.
That's like final essay.
You know how you would deal with that now.
Yeah.
You realize like that probably wouldn't even help.
Wouldn't have even helped.
No, because here's the thing. Again, like I told you, I wouldn't believe you. It's not that I didn't believe. Listen, I believed every of my partners loved me. I did not love me. That's what I was lacking. I did not love me.
She dropping.
So you could sit there and you could hug me and you could say I love you, but I'm like, no, you don't. And here's the reason why. Like, here's my evidence. Because
this might be the best episode we've ever done.
I feel like it's gonna be really.
This is.
I'm sorry. I knew it wasn't gonna be.
No, this is like.
No.
Deepest we've ever.
I know.
Gone.
I knew it was gonna be deep.
My brain is like just. You don't meet people that do the work on themselves and then overtly talk about all the work they've
There's
done
a
on
lot
themselves.
of shame you have to get through.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'd assume
Self-realization is like crazy.
But like bravery to go
Bravery.
through, like
Thank
to say like, yo, like you really could have did everything. That shit wouldn't have mattered.
No, it's so, and I laugh
not
about
matter.
it. No, I laugh about it, but I really brought it up to Kathy a few weeks ago, and like I was
Yo,
like,
shout out to Kathy. Yo.
we love Kathy.
Kathy out here. Kathy's really doing the
We
work.
love Kathy.
Fucks with Kathy.
How many years experience Kathy got in the game?
Yo,
Kathy
like,
must have a
when
lot of
Kathy
skin in the
tells you
game.
her story, because again, she's spirituality. I just say therapist because it's too much to get into.
Yeah.
When she tells you her journey and she's so open about it, she's like, I was doing anything for a guy to love me. Like, you know, like she, and like, you know, she's probably 60 now. Like, like
so it makes your shit sound like.
She's done the work. She has worked, but she didn't start this process till 40.
So she had.
It's kind of like that parent thing too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just think like you're, like that times are not changing, but like they've been through it too.
Yeah.
Like if you ever sit down and you would like talk to
when
your
you
parents,
when you really like when your parents aren't trying to give you some like weird ass life lesson about what they did with the kids, when they actually sit down and talk about like the concept of raising children, the patience that they had to exude without all this shit that we have, then you start to really think like, yo, they were really kind of like making it happen in real time without technology, without all this help, some by themselves.
Yep, literally. No,
and then when they get into those conversations, you're like, okay, they know what the fuck they're talking about. Now, if they could just wrap around that and get all the bullshit that we need, that we have in the middle, if we could just get around that to like the real shit, they have a lot of knowledge. But you got to get to it. That's the problem. They got so much fucking trauma that you got to dig through all their shit to get to. Because I mean, everyone in my family looked at me. I told them I had a therapist before I got married.
Oh, I'm sure. I can't imagine.
And they were like, the fuck? The fuck you need a therapist for? You talk to me. You're the problem.
Oh no.
It's you. You did it to me.
Yeah.
And I went to therapy to make sure I didn't bring all of that baggage and resentment into my marriage.
Yeah.
I thought that was the responsible thing to do.
And it opened up another can of worms.
And it opened up another bag. Like, what are you doing? We're talking to some guy? I was like, no, he's not some guy. He's a very nice man. He's not just some guy, all right?
No,
he's asking me questions that no one has
remember
ever
I was told, they're just going to put you on a bunch of medication.
Exactly.
The stereotypes around.
It's insane. They just think they're just going to like, I'll write you a script. It's like,
doesn't work like that.
no, he never. My therapist never offered me pills.
Therapists don't even have.
They don't even have.
No, it's a psychiatrist.
It's a certain different doctor for that. It's not even that kind of doctor. Like our parents. This is what I'm saying. Our parents are smart, but they're fucking crazy.
I'll tell you what. The reason
they're nuts.
That families really struggle. Like I know I'm absolutely an intergenerational cycle breaker for sure. I challenge my family. And
Damn, that's another one.
Yo, that's a bomb.
Yeah.
Right there,
That's
yo.
another one. She
Yeah, we
said she's
dropping
good with
heat.
words. That's
We
We
crazy.
dropping heat on y'all right now.
I know I
That's
am
fucking
because
crazy.
I make people think about things, and I know.
You gonna have to write that on paper. Like,
intergenerational cycle.
I can't.
Yeah, you're
No,
breaking
move that
cycles.
mic
You by doing like what you said. You are too. You as well.
Yeah,
Like,
she's like, say that shit. Spell it out.
but
word for
I would get so much stuff too because I'll never forget my sister Kate telling me when we were kids. She was like, "You get so much shit." She's like, "I smile and pretend that everything's okay." She's like, "You tell the truth, and everyone has a problem with you. Like everyone has a problem with you." And that was since I was a teenager because I
Sarah
saw it
ruining the
how
party.
Granted, it wasn't always graceful. It'd be like, this is what happened.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I had this like need for justice. Like I can't explain it.
Need for justice.
They can't get away with this
Like
again.
empathy.
You know that last piece of cake was mine.
Yeah, it's
Took
like
it anyway.
middle child syndrome. Like it's
Middle
real.
child. It's middle child syndrome. It's definitely real.
No, but it is just interesting.
What's the age gap between?
So Kate is my oldest sister. So she's 2 years, and we're like, yeah, we're right. I'm April 26th. She's May 2nd. And then my little sister Ryan is about 4.5.
Okay. So
And
she was the baby.
she was the baby. So that was an interesting relationship as far
That's
as
super middle child.
Yeah, super middle
Because
child.
firstborn's always gonna
Yeah,
be
because you
firstborn.
thought you were
on the-
golden for a while.
I gotta
you
be
thought
honest,
you thought you
though.
were good for a while.
Like I felt a little bit like the older sister at times because like
Because
Kate
of
was
life experiences and stuff.
Kate was tiny. Kate like God, I had to like beat up a couple of her bullies, like things like that. I was protective. Like my sisters are like felt like my children to me, which that was something I also had to work on too. Growing up, like I don't know where
looking at them as siblings and not as you need to
no.
like you're responsible for them.
And I don't know where that came from. And I really one of my hardest things in therapy that I would still cry about, like when I was in my 20s, was my relationship with Ryan growing up. Because I had damaged it so much because I was trying to be a parent. Like at that point, it was
control her.
It was just my mom, and
Wow.
it wasn't. Yes, it absolutely was control. But like I'm a 16-year-old, 17-year-old, 18-year-old. For me, it was I knew the shit I was doing. I wasn't doing anything crazy. I was sneaking out and like drinking once in a while, right? Like I was not having whatever. We don't have to go there. But it's like she was so intelligent and so smart and just like so good at school. And I was like, you're not fucking this up.
Don't
Like, I'm
drink.
doing this. Like, yeah, you're not doing this.
You're not
But with
going-
that, me and Ryan just really shaped our relationship as
well, that's how it
in the
usually works.
20s,
You usually
yeah.
come around later on, like
But as a kid, you don't want to hear that shit.
no, because you didn't want to hear it either.
No.
Because you didn't want to hear it either.
No. Are you kidding me? Are you? Oh man.
This is legendary. This is legendary stuff right here.
No, I just like, isn't it? I don't understand how people don't get excited about this stuff.
I actually do. Anything that makes
People are back to
Yeah.
why you
Afraid.
didn't choose them. People are afraid to open up.
yeah.
But I will tell
You make my brain tingle.
I,
like,
I love that
that's-
so much. I love when my brain tingles.
That's
Kathy
like-
does it to me all the time.
These
These conversations,
are so
yeah,
important.
they're so necessary because I really think, and it's so cliche, but it is the fundamental truth I believe. Outside of fear, like really do it. You're terrified, do it. Do it. You're so afraid to look at yourself.
That's so brave.
Listen to this. You know what was another thing that came to me the other night when I'm reflecting on being on this podcast? I'm like, I was so afraid of the work, like 2023 when all this stuff was happening, because I really didn't want to look at my patterns or behaviors because I knew some of them were toxic. But I'm sitting there.
Your own patterns of behavior.
I'm sitting there and I'm like, you know what I looked at when I looked under the bed? Like you're so scared of to look at? It's my inner child laying there. Just needing to be picked up. Be like, I got you. You're good. And Sarah's safe with me. I'm safe. I'm never going to allow certain treatment or certain behaviors to take place again.
What do you see from that you do allow? That you're like, that's okay.
Like for like if inner child work.
Yeah.
So fear, for sure. Like I feel like a lot of uncertainty with my dad. So I'm like up all night in the beginning of this, and like, you know, it happens a lot, insomnia and like can't sleep, can't eat, and like super scared. And so like the next morning, so
That's rightfully so, though.
yeah, but
I
like
don't think that's abnormal.
no. But I just mean like, so then my behaviors might look like irritability, like really short fuse.
Yeah.
You know, I'm therapizing, and then by like 7 o'clock, don't talk to me, don't look at me. Like I have zero, or like not reaching out to people as much as I'd like to, like things like that. Or it's like feeling really, I don't I don't react the way I used to. Like I used to just emotionally react. Now it's like I sit with the emotion. I'm like, I don't have to be that emotion.
Process it.
Yeah.
Take the space.
That comes with age, though. I'll tell you, I'm 35, and I used to have a extremely short fuse.
Yeah.
I don't think
And you
that's
hated
underrated, brother.
you hated yourself
That comes with
after.
work.
Well, of course it comes with work, but as you get older,
'Cause
if you're already working on it,
There's people
and
like
you're-
way older who
Well,
never
yeah.
stop
Yeah.
the
but they've
process.
never actually
Yeah.
done it before. But if you have been working on it, like we went to therapists, so
Yeah.
obviously I was
Identify,
working on it, right?
See it. Yep.
As I got older, it became a lot easier
Yeah.
for me to just not hear something and be like, "What the fuck?" Like, I'll come back, I'll bring it back like 2 days later,
Yeah.
and I'll be like,
I always say,
"Yo,
give
you
me a
remember
minute.
that shit?"
Yeah.
Say, give me a minute.
Well, and I
Gotta do that.
I think my my safe emotion, even though it wasn't safe, was anger. I think anger protected me, and like what's below anger, right? It's
Yeah.
like it's
Anger.
hurt, it's
Yeah, yeah.
sadness, right? But I was so afraid of
you got
being
angry real easily.
no, not real easily, but it's like if something upset me. And I'm talking like if I was triggered about something or activated about something, like I have a pretty good, like it takes me a lot, but it's like when it's there, I can be pretty reactive. It's not like, you know, abusive, but it is very much
Right.
like I'll raise my voice. And so maybe that is abusive. Like maybe that is like to some people, like raising your voice, right?
Or it just made you feel strong.
No.
It would.
And
for
actually,
me,
it made me feel out of control.
it made me feel strong
It made me feel heard.
when people
yelling, you know what?
Mm.
Damn, look
Maybe
at
you're
you
onto
dropping
something.
it on me.
Yo, look at that, yo. Unpack. Let me stop. Don't.
No. It's just the reality. 'Cause
I think
I'm
you're.
It's true.
soft spoken by
Yeah.
nature.
Yeah.
Because I've always been a big guy, so I never wanted to come across loud.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
And-
when I raise my voice, is you're not hearing me here.
Yeah.
I need to go up here, and but that never comes off good.
No. And I was raised in a family, and my mom gets so annoyed with me now. It's kind of a joke. We literally, like her siblings, they yell over each other.
I hate
Like,
that.
no,
I hate
they
noise,
yell.
yo.
She
No,
does
to
that
the point though now, like after being a therapist, blah, 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 like
Yeah,
through
God.
training,
But that's just natural, healthy conversations.
I yell at my mom now, or I don't yell at her. I'm like, Mom, stop. Just like let them say the sentence because I always felt that way as a kid. So maybe you just kind of tapped into something like me raising my voice is like, can you just shut the fuck up and let me say my sentence? Because I always felt cut off or like
Dropping
not
bars,
this
son.
and like
Everybody dropping.
like look at us.
Look
like,
at you.
It's
yo.
the truth.
You just
hit that
Full
button again.
circle,
Hit that
you just
button.
yeah.
like you throwing that thing around, and now we just catching it, running with it. I might go give her a lesson after this. Yo, listen, you know what?
No, I'm like,
Man, this has definitely been one of my
feel-
favorite conversations.
Yeah, this
Every
is
time we do one, I'm like, man, we just
that next one is
that
always
next one
like
just been
better,
making better and better.
and then
man.
like you just start like, but when we started it didn't start like surface level, but there were obvious people that we just went to that we knew
Yeah.
right away. But then you like really start to think about it, and as the conversations get like deeper and deeper, even when we did the episode with Kat and Sam, and she was Kat was going over her story about like how she just the job was just like I can't fucking do it anymore.
Yeah.
I told the lady fuck off, and I walked out. I was like, huh?
Yeah.
you just done? She's like, I guess. I told her to fuck off. I guess I'm done.
That's a movie shit.
Holy shit. Like, and then you really start to think about it. You're like, yo, people, like you said, someone has a whole life. You sit in front of them and they have experiences. They have a whole life.
I think the string
All
to all
kinds of
these
stuff.
episodes that we've unpacked
insane, man.
recently is that bravery.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Everybody. Yeah,
Everybody's
for
making
sure.
a brave choice.
yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why like your profession and your route to end your marriage
Mm-hmm.
And your
and-
self
and
worth.
you're
Thank-
finding your happiness
Yeah.
and that taking you to like prioritizing, hey, I got my dad here, he's going through this, I want to enjoy whatever moments I
Yeah.
have now.
Yeah.
And then when that's set,
Shifted. Yeah.
I have an outline
Yeah.
of how my happiness is going to be, whether who's in it or not.
Mhm.
And that's so brave
Yeah.
for people to stop
Just
and
stop.
do that.
Yeah.
Because some people are so caught up in the day to day.
We all are, man.
No.
Like, we all are. Even me. Even though I look towards the future, like that fucking
Like, why
Tuesday,
are we
Wednesday,
doing that,
that
though?
Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, them shits mesh,
Yeah.
and you're like, what the fuck, bro? I just woke up. It was Monday, and then I don't even remember what I did. Like I came home and did the same thing.
Yeah.
3 days in a row, unhappily.
Yeah.
And then didn't even realize that like the week had passed by.
Right.
But it ain't the weekend yet. It's still the week.
We got a couple more things to talk about.
Man.
If you're okay with that,
Yeah.
we're going to wrap up this particular episode installment of the Never Fall Off podcast. We got some other things to talk about. If you'll stick around with us for a little bit more.
It's about to be a 4-hour motherfucking
Yeah, I'm
episode.
so sorry.
You are
this
you are 2 hours in.
This is phenomenal.
I don't know
But
how much
this
camera work.
episode, thank you so much for tuning in. This is the Never Fall Off podcast. Like we like to say, life comes at you fast. You may stumble, but you will never fall off. I am Polito Vega. That's Sis.
Big Sarah Comerford.
Hit
The
the
therapist.
applause,
The
follow, like,
Yes,
share.
like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Thank you again for coming.
Thanks
and
for
thank you
having
for
me.
sharing everything
Yeah.
that like you shared. It's like
I hope it can like resonate, and I know it's not said perfectly, but you know, life's messy. I'm messy.
you
and
believe it,
my
believe it or
intent-
not,
yeah.
a lot of stuff resonates. In the audience that we have, a lot of stuff resonates. My mom watches this shit now. Like
I love that.
and she's like, yo, there's some really good shit you can learn from in here. This is the whole point.
Yeah. The whole point.
The whole
This right now is
Literally.
the whole point.
entire
Connection,
point.
making meaning. Purpose.
Exactly. And thank you again
No,
for
thanks
sure
for
for
having
taking
me.
time out of your day.
No,
as well.
this was awesome. Thank you so much.
She said she was gonna go home and stare at the stars or some shit. Some shit.
You'll find me in my backyard,
Shit like
howling at the moon.
at the pool. But yes, thank you again. We
Thank
appreciate it.
you.
All right, guys, we out.